Hi everyone, it's Miss Julie. Today's art project is going to be suggested for ages 3 to 5, maybe if there's some 6-year-olds at home. And we're going to be doing we're going to be starting on like some scenes and some scene settings. So since we are at the dawning of spring, we're going to do a spring setting. So today we're going to we're going to do a tree, flower, and a sun. And then the next lesson we'll be adding some things into that. Okay, so let's start with a paper and anything you want to use to draw. It can be a crayon, it can be a pencil, it can be a pen, it can be a marker. Okay, we're going to start with a flower because that's the most basic in our scene today. So with a flower, we're going to go with this simple basic flower, a circle. Okay, and then around that circle, you're just going to kind of create this little arch. Okay, and you're going to continue that all around your circle, starting from the point that you end with. Okay, and you basically just follow all around your circle until it's complete. Those are the petals. Back to where you started from. Okay, so there you have your basic flower. Your stem, come from the bottom, it could be straight, you can bow a little bit. Okay, we have our little stem. We'll draw another little line. So our stem is thin and 2 pointy leaves, triangles. There we go. Okay, so there's our flower. Next, take this off. We're going to do our tree. Okay, so your tree, you're going to kind of do 2 lines and they're going to bow a little, so watch first. Okay, so see, it's kind of bowing a little. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side, going the other way. Okay, so here you have the trunk of your tree. This is going on into the roots in the ground, and this is going to go up into some branches. So right in the middle, we're going to draw 2 lines, just right at the top. See, those lines are in line there. And then we're going to connect the bottom of those lines and follow your outside line, just like that. And again on this side. So you kind of have created 2 V's, like that. That separated the branches. You have 3 branches there, okay? At the top of those branches, you're going to make a little smiley face, just like this. 1 smiley face, 2 smiley faces, and 3. That is starting with the greenery, the leaves of your tree, okay? So now, just kind of like you did with your flower, we're going to start right around like about this point of the tree. And we're going to create that billowing arch, the same that we did with our flower, circling the tree, like that. Okay, it tucks behind the tree. Those are the leaves, okay? So there's our tree. And you can add a little bit of lines for texture. I like to do that for the bark. Okay, and then you can also cut off the bottom. It can be a straight line or it can be kind of a bumpy line because ground is not always flat. Like that. Perfect. So there's our tree. Last, we're going to make our sun. Okay, there is going to be level 1, 2, and 3 for the sun. Okay, I'll show them all here. So level 1 sun, a lot of you already know how to do this. You make a circle and you just fan out some lines. Try to make them even. Those are the sun rays coming from your sun. Okay, there's your level 1 sun. Level 2, You make a circle. And now we're going to do a zigzag line. So it's going to be kind of like an upside down V where it's pointing like that. Okay? You keep going. It goes zigzag, 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 all the way around until it connects, just like the flower. Okay? The last is going to be the level 3 sun. This one's a little bit more tricky, but it's a fun challenge, especially maybe if you are around age 5. We're going to make our circle. We're going to start with this process. Okay. Okay, now here's where it gets tricky. You're going to take each of the lines and you're going to connect it down to the next line. Okay, that was the first one. Now I go to the second one, start on the top, bring it down at a diagonal to the bottom of the next line. Start at the top, bring it down to the bottom of the next line. See what's happening? So it's going to kind of slant. You do that process all the way around your sun. This gets tricky and you might need to practice it, but it's going to have a really cool effect at the end. It's definitely creating a pattern. Okay, now you're going to take the top and it's going to do the same thing. It's going to go down the other way, but it's going to stop once it gets to that line. So you take the top, it's going the other way, diagonal line, but instead of bringing it down, we stop where there's a line. Basically, that's a marker. Don't go past the line. And we're going to follow that all the way around from each point of the sun. Okay, so first you went one side, which was the left. Now you're going to the right. So it kind of reminds me of stained glass. So when you color your sun, you're going to have lots of different lines to work with. Maybe you can use orange, some yellow orange, and mustards, even red maybe. Okay, so there's your level 3 sun. Okay, so we did the flower, we did the tree, and we did the sun. So now let's put it together in our scene. Okay, so you're going to look at your paper and you are going to decide where you want your tree to go. That's what we're going to start with because the tree is the biggest thing on our paper. Okay, we want to leave some room. Remember, we're going to be doing leaves, so we can't start our tree from the top. Kind of want your tree to be in this section of your drawing, okay? You can choose the middle or you can choose the side. I kind of like to choose a side. So I'm going to start my tree right about here. Okay, then remember I'm going to do the middle trunk. Now I'm going to add the 2 branches on the side. So I have my 3 branches. Next I'm going to put the 3 happy faces at the top. Okay, then I'm going to do the leaves of the tree all the way around. And one thing I forgot to add, you could add some little extra smiley faces. They can be sideways, upside down, or right side up. That's just creating a bushy tree. Okay, and then our texture of the bark. Those just could be anywhere. Now we're going to draw the ground line. Right where our tree connects, see? Okay. All right, so now let's add in some flowers. Basically, this is our flower field. You could have some popping up from the top, or you could have some in the field. This is your ground. Maybe you'll color that green, or it could even be brown. Okay, so I'm gonna do, let's see, let's start a flower right here. Okay, now it's a little bit smaller, but we're still doing the same flower that we learned how to do. The petals that go all the way around. Our stem, 2 small lines right together. Connect it, and our pointy triangle leaves. Okay, I'm going to do one on the top. Circle, petals, stem, pointy leaves. Okay, I'm going to do a few more here. Circle, petals. The stem is going to bow a little bit. He's not standing straight up. Okay. You want them to be kind of different heights, okay? Not all in the same. Put one maybe down here. That way you're kind of creating, you know, some space in between and what it actually looks like when you see flowers in a field. This guy is going to be going this way. Okay, so you can add some more flowers if you want. You can color your flowers the same color, or maybe you can color them differently. Okay, and the last thing we're going to add today in our scene is the sun. So I'm going to put my sun up here in the sky. You can choose where you want your sun. Maybe it's setting, maybe it's peeking behind the tree and you only see half of it. Maybe it's way over here, or since we have this open space here, that's a nice spot for it. Okay. I'm going to do the level 3 sun. You can do whatever one you want. There. Okay, so just to make it a little fun, we're going to add just a couple clouds because that's pretty easy to do. It's just the same little billowing effect. I'm going to do a big one and a little one. Okay, and also for fun, we're going to give the sun some sunglasses. Just drawing a straight line across his face and 2 U's with some space in between. Color that in. And a smile. There, he's pretty cool. Okay, so there's our scene for today. And the next lesson, we're going to be adding some like insects, maybe a bird, butterfly, bee, some fun things. Okay, so don't color it yet until we add those things in. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope you had fun.